Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation on Apple's United Arab Emirates campaign Finding Balance. Little about Apple: it is a technology company that specializes in consumer electronics, software, and digital services. Its headquarters are in Cupertino, California, US. The company produces many popular products such as iPads, iPhones, Macs, and other digital gadgets including AirTag, AirPods, HomePod. There are no franchises for Apple. All Apple stores are owned by Apple. And something that really gives it a global appeal to the brand is that it excels in customer experience and service, has a very large loyalty base, and it's known all around the world for its amazing tools and how it facilitates different abilities seamlessly. The values of the company include inclusion and diversity, racial equity and justice, supplier responsibility, privacy, environment, accessibility, and education. Now, the United Arab Emirates is a constitutional federation consisting of 7 emirates. Its economic freedom score is 70 out of 100, and GDP stands at $358,869 billion US. One United Arab Emirates dirham is equal to 0.27 US dollars. The average income is 36,000 AED. It scores low on wealth inequality, as seen with its Gini index score of 26. There's 5% unemployment in the country. Its CPI stands at 39 out of 100, yet the United Arab Emirates is rated not free. Now back to Apple. Their corporate mission statement is to bring the best personal computing products and support to students, educators, designers, scientists, engineers, business persons, and consumers in over 140 countries around the world. Its corporate vision statement is to make the best products on Earth and to leave the world better than we found it. These are all reflective of their values, which for the corporate vision statement highlights environment. For the corporate mission statement highlights diversity and inclusion. The United Arab Emirates has 100% of the population being internet users and 98% of the population is literate. Yet, with all of this, the Internet Freedom Score comes out to 27 out of 100, deeming it not free. This is mainly due to the fact that social media and websites are both blocked, and users that do not comply with the rules of the country can and will be arrested or fined. In regards to Hofstede's cultural dimensions, the United Arab Emirates is accepting of a hierarchical order. It is a collectivist society. It is neither masculine or feminine and has a high preference for avoiding uncertainty. However, to directly contrast this, there is the United States. The hierarchy that's established is only for convenience, and there is a large desire to want to be the best. There is acceptance for new ideas, innovative products, and a willingness to try something new or different. They prefer to use time-honored traditions and norms while viewing societal change with suspicion. Lastly, the United States has weak control over their impulses with a high score on indulgence. Some of the challenges that are faced in the United Arab Emirates is social media censorship. There are many rules regarding the use of social media with penalties including fines and imprisonment, and there is also restrictions on internet and video call. The local restrictions for certain apps available through Apple. This is meant to keep political stability and to also impose traditional social values. The opportunity that is seen with Apple in the United Arab Emirates, it was recently unbanned. The United Arab Emirates recently unbanned FaceTime for Apple users, and this shows a future leniency for other video call apps. It still has banned WhatsApp and Zoom. However, the United Arab Emirates is on its way to becoming a new global technology center, and this is the goal for the next 50 years. In a recent announcement that the country made, it's strategically moving to become the next technological hub of the world. Some of the strengths include that technology is widely accepted, given that 100% of the population are internet users, yet the weaknesses in regard to a partnership with Apple are security concerns with different apps due to weak control systems, allegations of tracking that have unfortunately plagued a lot of trust for Apple users. Yet there's still opportunities to be seen as there is this desire to become a central technological hub. It is possible to see the United Arab Emirates plan to have this better relationship with technological companies such as Apple, and we're starting to see this with new Apple stores being created and opened, especially in prestigious districts such as in Dubai. Some of the threats, however, are limited ads and promotions due to legislations and the inability to show entire potential of products and apps due to local restrictions. As stated, there is very low internet freedom in the United Arab Emirates, and this will lead to less of an abundance of talk and word of mouth of Apple in the country, so long as this continues to be this strict. Now, we're starting to see with the Finding Balance campaign, it is centered around Ramadan. Ramadan is all about self-reflections, taking time to really focus on yourself, focus on family, and just balance your life. Here we have some images from a local artist that was commissioned and used by Apple to foster this campaign and find and create images that would reflect the whole meaning behind the campaign, which the whole theme is to find balance during the holy month of Ramadan. By using the taglines "Shot on iPhone" and "Finding Balance," it's possible to see an array of different images and videos by different content creators that chose to participate in this campaign. The goal was to illustrate the concept of a balanced life during the holy month and to introduce Apple features such as Do Not Disturb and the Health app. The key messages were to take time for self-reflection, spend time with family and friends, find tools that will help maintain balance in one's life. The supporting messages: Apple's Do Not Disturb and Health app are tools that can be used to find balance and maintain focus on a healthy lifestyle. Now, the impact objectives include for users to be inspired to share the ways they are finding balance during Ramadan and also to boost awareness of Apple features that help users maintain a focused and healthy living. Output objectives include to show that the brand is inclusive and diverse by adapting to different customs from various cultures. Also, to gain popularity in the Middle East for when the United Arab Emirates becomes a technology hub. The strategies for this were to use social media to gain recognition and potential customers, as well as to provide services to those that are looking to introduce tools into their lives to organize and maintain balance. With the tactics, it is important to note that it involved local photographers to capture moments of reflection and family bonding. It also used billboards and various other channels to promote the campaign. Lastly, there were reposts and uploads to the official account using videos and images taken under the tagline. The target audiences for the campaign was primarily Muslims, since they are 76% of the population, and because the campaign was geared around Ramadan and self-reflection. The second audience would be local content creators. Star Engage is currently tracking a total of 23,227 influencers in the United Arab Emirates, and they have approximately between 1,000 and 10 million followers. In the United Arab Emirates, the largest social network platform is YouTube, followed by Facebook, then Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Tumblr. The media channels were promoting finding balance in order to remind viewers across the United Arab Emirates and the Middle East to be reflective and focused during the month of Ramadan. The media channels included television, social media, in theaters, and also on billboards. Here we can see the official Apple UAE YouTube. Here there were over 1 million views on the Finding Balance official campaign video. The hashtag shot on iPhone received over 150,000 videos on around 28,000 channels. These two images on the bottom are billboards that were in the country to promote the campaign, that show those same self-reflective, pensive, and family bonding images that were captured and shown on the official campaign video. This is also another billboard in the heart of the city where you can see scenes from the official campaign video, again with the theme of self-reflection. Some of the structural factors that impacted the campaign included low internet freedom, and with Hofstede's cultural dimensions, we saw that there's a high power distance and low individualism. The timeline for the campaign began when iPhone released the iPhone XS on September 21st, 2018. Then Ramadan began in May 6, 2019, a year later. Then shortly after Ramadan began, Apple launched the new Shot on iPhone campaign, Finding Balance, on May 18, 2019, where the campaign then gained much popularity in major mainstream media outlets. For the evaluation of the impact objectives, creating word of mouth through sharing of videos and images with the tagline Shot on iPhone and Finding Balance, there was also a fostering of a creative space where people could share how they were finding balance during Ramadan. Output objectives to gain recognition as a brand that can adapt to many cultures on a global scale, as well as to become even more popular as the United Arab Emirates begins to expand into a technology hub. To conclude, the campaign could have used more images and videos from the United Arab Emirates locals using the taglines. This would have shown how much more prominent it was in its own backyard, and how people were using different ways to be creative with the Shot on iPhone campaign. However, overall, it was a positive campaign. It reached its target audiences. The lesson was to find ways to connect in spite of cultural or religious differences.